Hello, everyone, and this is a new episode in Hanshi John Therien's life. We have a page now called John Therien-Hanshi. And on that, we are trying to help everybody that we can and answer as many questions as we can. So there's a place that says, Ask Hanshi. So if you have any questions, ask me. Please, let's keep it a little bit martial arts and serious or whatever, and let's go from there. One of my first questions comes from New York State, and it's from Sam Anagnostopoulos, my good friend from upper state New York. Sam has got 3 questions for me. He's asking me, who was the most influenced person in my martial arts career? Well, that's a very simple one, and it's a very powerful one, because I was a very young teenager, and I joined Professor George Sylvain's dojo, and Professor George Sylvain was a sharp person, very good, and at a young age, he was like the big brother, the father, the mentor. He was everything I ever needed. So thank you, Soki, and thank you, Professor George Sylvain, for that. Outside of the martial arts, who was a big influence for me? Well, the big influence for me outside of the martial arts was my grandfather. My grandfather, Sam, born 1885 in the boxcar of a train, and he never went to school, and he was self-taught to read and write and speak French and English. He was a fiddler, and he was also a machinist where there's all kinds of calculations. So definitely my grandfather, who was a brilliant man because he self-taught himself on a lot of things, but also he was one of the nicest person I've ever met. He always had a smile. He loved everybody. He loved to meet people, loved to party, and he was always a big Montreal Canadian hockey fan. So he was a sports fan, and his sons were playing hockey. So outside, that's who it was. And then, who would be the one person in history that I would like to sit with, maybe enjoy a meal, maybe enjoy a drink, and discuss? Well, we're going to go to modern day history for this one. And that would be John Lennon of the Beatles. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles. And John Lennon wrote some songs like Give Peace a Chance. Isn't that fitting right now? And then the best song, one of the best songs that he wrote that I like the most is In My Life, I Love You More. So check that out. And of course, for this time of the pandemic that we're in, would be Imagine. Imagine everybody living in peace. So check that out. And if anybody else has questions, ask Hanshi. Thank you. Push.